How are ya? Are you all good? I hope you're all good. So, it is Super Saturday. It is also World Menopause Awareness Day. Can I get a little hands up if any of you are a peri, meno or post-menopausal woman? So if you're watching this later, I want you to give me a little emoji, a little hands up or a thumbs up if you are one of those three things. Now, you'll all be hormonal women that are watching me, because of whatever age you are, you're hormonal, you have hormones. Some of you will be peri, so you'll be going to go into that sort of decline. Some of you are bang on menopausal, and then some of you are post-menopausal. And any woman that's going to go, Emma, oh, my menopause was years and years ago, you're still a post-menopausal woman because you're post-menopausal. Also, can I just clear up a little fact? If anyone's going to go, what's happened to your lips? Yes, I have got some bruised lips going on here. I have. Yes, I have. So let's just get that out of the way. I could never, ever, ever get away with doing anything to my face ever without bruising. So I could never lie about these things. It's just not going to happen. So we'll just clear that up already. Yeah. I haven't been biting on a lid of pen and it's blasted. Although I could have fibbed and said that, couldn't I? Nobody would have ever known. Anyway, so right. So hands up to my hormonal women out there. So basically, what I'm going to talk to you about today will probably apply to any female at any age. It's never too soon to start talking about hormones and menopause. Lewis, thank you. I'm getting loads and loads of love hearts flying up on my TikTok. That's nice. It is nice to get nice stuff. So, and again, as well, if you're like going to say to me, oh God, that was years ago. No, that means you're a postmenopausal woman, so this is still important for you. I'm going to hoop and chat at the same time as well, so I'm going to grab that. And I hope you're ready to talk to me today. So, World Menopause Awareness Day. And even if you're a guy watching this, do you know what? Fantastic. Guys, you'll have women in your life at some point, whether it's your mum, a sister, an auntie, a girlfriend, a wife, it could be anyone. So actually knowing about the menopause is super, super handy, by the way. Okay. So, are you ready? I'm going to do hoop as well. Now, the reason I hoop is this is fantastic for your deep core muscles. It's fantastic if you bloat really easy. And also when I'm talking to you, rather than being right facing the camera, I find it easier if I'm over here hooping. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Let me show you how to hoop. Engage your deep core muscles. When you brace, you actually bear down, you push down on your pelvic floor. That's not so good. So we actually want to draw up. It's like doing a zip up on tight, freshly washed jeans. Do that zip up. Once you've done that, place your hoop on your lower back. Put one leg in front. Turn the hoop away and then launch. You launch off that backhand and I just push my hips forward and back. I'm just going to put a quick timer on, guys, so I make sure I do this equally and don't just work one side of my body for too long. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just pushing my hips forward and back. Now, one thing that nearly every woman who's suffering with perimenopausal and hormonal issues is they generally say to me about midsection weight gain. Now, I had that as well, and I've got to be honest, it was a bit of a shock. My basic shape has always been a fairly small waist, but pretty sturdy thighs and bum. That's just how, you know, like some people are, I mean, nobody seems to talk about apple and pear shape anymore, but I would be your typical pear shape. And then suddenly, like it was like overnight, I got up and I felt like I had this weight gain in my midsection. And I took that really, really bad. I found that really hard because obviously I'm a class instructor, so I'm a personal trainer, and because my natural build has always been thicker thighs but a smaller waist. And I was like, what the hell is this? And it really knocked my confidence, you know, just as a woman, but also as an instructor. I was like, well, hold on a minute. What the hell is this? And if I'm honest with you, I felt personally affronted by my body that it let me down so badly. And I know that sounds awful, but that's how I felt. You know, I'm fit and healthy, I exercise, I eat really well, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I have probably got a bit of a sugar addiction, I'm not going to lie. It's a constant battle every day of my life, probably always will be. But on the whole, I kind of look after myself. So I was like, right, hold on a minute, think of perimenopausal symptoms or menopausal symptoms. I had nearly every single bloody one. I can think of two that I didn't have. I didn't have tinnitus and I didn't have nosebleeds. Other than that, I reckon I had just about every single one, including vertigo. That was bad. And do you know how that happened? I was in bed asleep. I rolled over and literally gagged in my sleep. And I literally was so, I couldn't move. I ended up sleeping, this is terrible, I had to sleep in the bath because I kept being sick, because every time I moved, it was really bad. So I've had, I think I've had 3 bouts of menopausal or perimenopausal vertigo. That was crap. Don't even let me get started on teeth shattering, nails breaking, hair loss and snapping, changes in my skin. And let's not even talk about our bloody vaginas, girls. Freaking hell. Right, that is something that is not discussed enough. I tell you what, you go from being like a juicy fruit to the Sahara Desert. I actually thought maybe I'd used up all my juices. Just going to say it, because honestly, and I tell you what, the amount of money that I spent on things to help that area, they didn't help that area. So all I can say is, for me, HRT was the best option because I couldn't manage my symptoms. I had extreme bone pain. I mean, goodness me, bursting into tears all over the place. I was bad. Insomnia, Christ, I went through a terrible insomnia phase. 5 months, I went through an insomnia phase where it was so bad that I used to get up at 1 o'clock, go downstairs and literally watch telly till 5 a.m. and go back to bed because there was nothing I could do. I couldn't sleep. Now, some of you will be watching going, oh my God, Emma. Some people go through perimenopause and menopause with not a symptom. They just glide through it. For some reason, I literally had every piece of hell you could possibly imagine. Honestly, I swear to God, it was just, what the hell is happening? And I think it is important to talk about, because some women will have no problems. Some women will have a few, and some of you, like me, will have just about all of it. And it just is really, really hard. And although we say, you know, well, how did people cope before HRT? Because I don't even like taking headache tablets, really. However, HRT, for me, works. And I needed that intervention. But that wasn't an easy journey. It took 6 years of being on HRT before I got put on a mix of HRT that really works well for me. And nearly all of my symptoms, nearly all of them, have completely cleared up. When you say about having hot flashes, I used to get night sweats as well, to the point I would wake up wringing wet. The bed under me would be soaked. I'd have to get up and get a towel to lay on because I couldn't strip the bed in the middle of the night because obviously my husband was on the other side. From a relationship point of view, quite difficult. If you want some affection from your partner, but they don't want to come anywhere near you because you're burning up like a radiator, that's quite difficult. And from a sexual point of view, if you feel like your vagina is dried up, the last thing you want to do is have sex. You just don't, because your libido is non-existent and obviously you're quite uncomfortable. So, and I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, your best friend is lube, buy it. Honestly, don't be embarrassed, buy it. It's there for a reason. Just get it. I'm also a little tiny bit prudy, so the fact I'm talking to you about all this is, it's out of my comfort zone, but I think it's important to talk because a lot of people don't talk about it honestly. You know, there is a lot more talk out there about menopause now, I agree, definitely. And it's generally celebrities and stuff, and quite often it is around flogging products, you know, like collagen and different things like that. And, you know, some things help, some things don't. Of course, I'm talking to you and this is free. You don't have to buy anything. However, of course, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a class instructor. I am selling a product because I'm selling me. I'm selling you fitness, health and fitness. But the difference, I guess, in what I am promoting or encouraging you to join, everyone should work out anyway. You should. We want to keep our bodies strong and healthy so they can move. We want to balance our hormones as much as we can, and we want to thrive. We want to look after our bone health. So when I'm saying all of this, you know, yes, I am obviously encouraging you to come and train with me in the long run. Of course I am. But there's a bigger picture. We should all be doing it anyway. Right, I'm going to stop now and go the other way because I've been hooping quite a long time. I've seen a few people who try to join this live. Hello, guys. Oh, thanks, Nadine. She's actually said thank you for talking about it. Do you know what? I just think it's better to be honest, and people don't. And especially when it comes to the sexual health, that part of perimenopause and menopause, people don't talk about it. And I really suffered. I'm quite surprised, to be honest, that my marriage actually survived through it. You know, I'm lucky I'm obviously married to the right person. But there was a stage where I thought, do you know what, I'd rather get divorced than worry about having to have sex again. I mean, how bad is that? That's awful, isn't it? I don't think any woman should suffer like that. Other way. There we go. There's lots of natural things, so don't go. Those who are watching me that can't take HRT, you know, don't get me wrong. I would rather go natural all the way. If I could, to feed my body with natural stuff, of course. And definitely exercise, nutrition, sleep, lowering stress. They are absolute pillars that are absolutely essential to us thriving, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whatever stage of life you are. All of that is essential. Just some of us might need a little bit more intervention because, you know, there's so much you can do, but sometimes you just need a little bit of help. And if it's there, why not take it? It's a little bit like anyone who's given birth. We're all like, we're going, oh, I want to do it naturally. I don't want drugs. And then you're in there having a baby, you're like, oh my God, this pain is like, what the effing hell, give me everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, if it's there and you really need it, have it. Because why suffer? There's no point in suffering. But there's lots of things that we can do. So, let me give you some top tips. Sleep is probably number one. Although, if any of you had joined me a little bit earlier, I said to you, I had insomnia. 5 months. 5 months of insomnia. Now, all the things that although, to be fair, I've learned more now because I've had to, because I suffered so badly. I wasn't taking my magnesium then. I wasn't doing my magnesium balm on the soles of my feet. I wasn't having a really good sort of sleep routine to calm down. That probably would have all helped, but you know, it was bad. So sleep. If some of you watching me, you've still got younger children and you're like, Emma, I can't sleep. Do you know what? Listen, I know it's a really hard phase. Just hopefully it won't last forever. My daughter, she actually, funny enough, she's now 28. She still doesn't sleep at night. So when she was little, it was almost impossible. Honestly, you did all the right things that you're supposed to do. And she just, I don't know why, she's a night owl. It's just how she is. But let me give you some top tips around sleep. Having a nice, calming, cool down routine before bed. Making sure you haven't eaten for 2 to 3 hours before bed. Trying to avoid looking at your screens, your phone, your telly, your laptop, your tablet. Try and avoid that for a good couple of hours because the blue light stimulates your brain. It wakes your brain up. So trying to avoid all of that a couple of hours before bed. Taking the magnesium supplement orally. Those of you who like to have a magnesium bath, fantastic. You'll absorb it through your skin even better. I like to take a magnesium supplement at night, but I also use a magnesium balm on the soles of my feet. I have to do that religiously, otherwise, even now, my sleep isn't as good as it could be, and then I can't cope. I need my sleep, I really do. Having a cool, dark bedroom really helps. From a beauty point of view and a hygiene point of view, silk pillowcase, amazing. Especially if your skin's having trouble with your hair, silk pillowcase is much more gentle, but also it's more hygienic if you're having sort of hormonal breakouts. So that's another one. That's a few top tips around sleep. Going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends, massive help. You need to try and keep that wake to sleep timetable going religiously 7 days a week. So when we think staying in bed and having a lay in, don't get me wrong, we'll all do it occasionally, but generally don't do it. Also, when you can't sleep and you start having a glass of wine to go to bed to help you sleep, happens to so many hormonal women. Not only will your midsection generally start creeping up, also that's not restorative sleep. It's an alcohol-induced coma. So it's not a restorative night's sleep. So there you go. There's some top tips around sleep. Now, if you are really struggling, you're serious and you want more tips and you don't want to be overwhelmed, do join me. I am doing a 7-day reset. And the reason I picked a 7-day reset is if you are a stressed out hormonal woman, trying to encourage you to do a 4, 8, 10, 12-week course, it can be too overwhelming. So I've put together a 7-day reset. You don't have to do it. You can just keep watching me and I'll give tips out daily anyway. But if you really are struggling, come and join me for that 7 days reset. There's exercise, 15-minute workouts daily to encourage you to move more and strengthen your bones and your muscles and your tendons and ligaments. And another thing, if you feel like your metabolism has slowed down, what you need to do is you need to try and build some more lean muscle mass. And that's declining from mid-30s. So strength training is great. Not only does it help you look fit, it makes you feel strong, it strengthens your bones, and it keeps your metabolism going. So it's really, really, really good. So I've got 7 days of 15-minute workouts. That's no stress, just a little bit each day. And top tips each day. Just small things that you can implement every single day. And they're simple and they work. And they're stackable habits that you can just have for life. So that's why I'm doing just a 7-day reset. We literally have started today. The first workout goes up at midday. So you can still join if you'd like to. And as I say, today is World Menopause Awareness Day. So I thought, what a fantastic day to start. It doesn't end at 7 days. The 7 days is just giving you what you might need, a really good boost to get you going. That's it. And then hopefully you love me, you enjoy the content, and then maybe you'll train with me more anyway. I love the online aspect because I can reach so many more people. Face-to-face class in the community, I love them. It's great. But online, being able to get out there and you being able to work with me wherever you are in the country or the world, how fantastic is that? And that's one good thing that I can honestly say came from lockdown. I didn't use my laptop, my computers, I didn't teach via Zoom before lockdown, but I now do. And it's great because I've got people who join me from everywhere, and it's so nice to be able to mix with different people and like-minded people. And for me, it's really lovely being able to help people. And that's why I'm really honest about the absolute pile of crap that my perimenopause was. I hope to God that none of you go through all those terrible symptoms that I went to. And bear in mind, I could be talking to you for an hour if I actually talked about all of the symptoms. I just chucked in a few highlights of a few of the bad ones. If I can help anyone, even one of you, just not lose your rag and realise you're not alone, you're not going mental, and us women do sometimes just get this absolute pile of poo. But there is a way through it, through looking after yourself and healthy habits. And when you've got a support group of like-minded women, it's great. It really is. So there you go. So that's the end of my hoop and chat for today. If you haven't met me before, hi, I am Emma. My little business is called Body Blitz Fitness. I'm 54 and I am a post-menopausal woman. And my forte is women's strength training, women's health and fitness, and women's health and wellness. And as I say, whether you choose to join me through a paid way or you just watch and listen, thanks for watching, and I really hope that I can help you. So if you want some help, reach out. If you want to join the 7-day reset, send me a DM or comment below with 7 and I'll send you the details. But thanks for watching. Oh, and finally, if you want a hoop, that's a Power Hoop Deluxe. So you can literally just go on to powerhoop.com. That's a Power Hoop Deluxe. I haven't put the weighted inserts in that, or I can send you a link. And just very, very quickly, don't hoop if you're pregnant. Don't hoop if you've only just had a baby. Please don't hoop if you've got degenerative disc issues or prolapsed discs. And finally, don't hoop if you're on blood thinning medication. That's just 4 contraindications, but other than that, it's great. Right at the beginning, I was saying why most of us get concerned about midsection weight gain at some point in our life. That helps reduce the waist to hip ratio. Not only that, it builds strength in your core, it helps relieve non-specific back pain, and it's really good for those of you who are still hormonal, premenstrual tension. Really helps. So there's a few other tips for you. Have a fantastic weekend, and I really look forward to seeing you soon. Don't forget, send me a DM, comment below, whatever you want to do to get in contact with me. But most importantly, thanks for joining me. Bye guys, have the best weekend, and I'll see you all soon.